The American dream to me, it means freedom, freedom of expression, freedom to just live, freedom to just be whoever and whatever I choose to be without hesitation, without conflict, without fear of being that person, right? Because this is the only life that we have, and I think that life would be a lot better if everyone just stayed in their lane, in their own lanes, and we all tried to find a way to just work together, because it can happen.
The American dream to me means being able to work, play, live with dignity, like with supreme dignity. Like the American dream is getting that job that you want that can support you and your family, and that job should be worked with dignity, meaning that it's paying you a wage that you can actually pay your bills with. That's something to work for. That's a dream to work towards, not working and not even being able to pay your bills and being busted up all day from a sore, hard job and still not being able to pay your bills and still having to get another job that you have to work even maybe twice as hard for. The American dream is being able to choose what you want for your country and what all of you collectively together want. Coming together. The American dream is people coming together from all races, from all walks of life, and us celebrating each other. That's a dream. That's a dream to be celebrated by mankind, and you as a member of mankind celebrating different races and different cultures. That's the American dream. So the American dream to me is dignity, respect, being able to take care of yourself, wanting to take care of yourself, and having the means to do so without a system formulated to hold you back behind closed doors while you're trying, where you have a dream and you want to work hard for something, but there's like a system with more money than you'll ever have in your life, just doing whatever it can, drops in a bucket it can to hold you back without even trying to. You know, the American dream is not having to worry about that stuff. Like a lot of people don't have to worry about that stuff. They don't wake up every day and think about those things, and a lot of people do. So the American dream should be about equality and balance, and I think we would balance each other out as humans if we could live in equality. It's just how the universe works as a whole. So it's all about balancing out the scales. We see, I think the United States, the world as a whole is seeing that that imbalance is causing most of the major world problems. So fixing that is part of my American dream. Helping to achieve those things for other people is my American dream, and myself. I've seen people live the American dream and say that's what it's like, and I want me and a bunch of my people to experience that, not a bunch of them looking at a bunch of them saying that's what it's like when you get rich. I want them to be able to look at their uncle, their brother, and not see them as somebody who's coming home from prison, but somebody who owns a Fortune 500 company. That's the American dream. Those those things are major when it comes to American dream. You honestly cannot talk about an American dream if you don't have all those things. So the American dream has been falsified, you know, to make all of us assume it's for a certain people, you know, and it's not. I know, and a lot of my people know, and everybody know that the American dream doesn't have a color on it. We've seen every type of person achieve success with the American dream conceptualized, and I think the more that we strive for it, it'll work itself out for everyone properly. But as long as we ignore it and say and treat it as if it's for a certain demographic or group, even when it comes to your financial status, I think when we start to expose these things and discover that economic disparity is one of the keys to bliss in the world, that's my view of the American dream.
I mean, it is all of the things that I think immigrants think it is, and it could be that. But as a country, we have a lot of resources and things that we just like to hoard because we're afraid that we won't have enough of it. So I think that the American dream is continuing to share and promote and encourage the American dream. We're not a country without immigrants.
The American dream, I totally bought the whole idea of the American dream as a kid. You know, I was pretty good. I was well educated, and but also I'm a patriot. I get goosebumps when I see certain things. I'm a kid of the 80s and 90s, so big TV movie kid, and E.T. and all that. But at the time, though, I didn't really understand that I really wasn't included in the construction of this idea. You know, people who looked like me really wasn't. It wasn't really meant for those people. But like I said, I came from entrepreneurs. You know, sharecroppers, who people salt of the earth type people. So I understood work ethic, and I understood thinking about how to use what your talents to serve your community. And so early on, I read a book called Zig Ziglar's Closing the Sale. And what I liked about Ziglar's approach to selling was that he was about serving, not tricking. I wasn't into con man or that type of thing, and I was more interested in being a servant. And then that's how I approach my art. It's not so much me being a artist who I'm better than everybody else, and my vision is what's important and listen to it. It's really about, as an artist, I see myself as an artist, as a servant. And so when I merge being an entrepreneur and being an artist, again, I'm thinking about, okay, what am I contributing to? Why should people buy this? You know, I'm being true to myself. I'm painting what I want. I'm painting the way I want. But it also, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, how am I serving my community with this work? Whether it be abstract, whether it be realistic, the purpose should be to serve. You know, to serve my fellow man and edify humanity. And so these are kind of the things I'm thinking about. And so when I think about the American dream, I'm thinking also about multiculturalism. I'm thinking about empathy. And I'm thinking of that as we move towards a more perfect union. The American dream really is about making real the idea of our true diverse society. You know, that what our Constitution hinted at really manifest and move towards a more perfect union. And that's the American dream for me.
The American dream, I think, has changed a lot, not only for myself and my interpretation of it and what I believed it was when I was a child, but I think for a lot of Americans, I think that have been in it or ever seen what the rest of the world can provide, And I think we really do think we're the best, and it's quite often not the case. We're lacking on a lot of things, and I think the American dream is effectively dead, or it's sleeping, it's dreaming itself, it's wishing it had a better handle on itself, or better representation of what it wanted to be. But
I don't really know if I know what it is. But I think if I go back to the principles that America was founded on, even though it obviously did not include everybody, and it was contradictory to how it was gone about, the principles are not bad principles. The principles of having the freedom to worship the way that you see fit. The principles of freedom. To me, that all goes back to sovereignty, and I'm big on sovereignty. So the American dream for me would definitely be sovereignty, spiritually, culturally, physically. It would be complete ownership of myself.
I believe that the American dream is basically off of what you believe your American dream is. So I guess I would preference this with the American dream to me is, do you feel that you can come here and achieve what you want to achieve? And if you don't feel like that, then I don't think you have the American dream, So I think, coming here and whatever you want to achieve, which I think that's why a lot of people come here, the freedom to achieve what you want to achieve. I think that's the American dream. Because you can't go everywhere and achieve what you want to achieve. Some places don't accept that, But here in America, I believe the American dream is, can I be who I want to be? Can I get what I want to get? Can I have what I want to have? Can I love what I want to love? Can I honor what I want to honor? All of those different things, I think, make up the American dream. I think it's not, a car, a house, a healthy family. I think that's for some people, but I think it's so much more layered than that.
The American dream to me, it's sort of, it's what you make it. The American dream for me means that I can do what I want to do, whether it's sort of going over, going around, going under, going through, like I can do what I want to do. And there's a lot of that has to happen. A lot of going under, a lot of going around, a lot of going through has to happen in order to make this world what I want it to be. But that's what the American dream is about for me. Like, I don't have a lot of space and time for people telling me what I can't do. So I really, I make it happen however I have to do that. And I do my best to instill that in the people who are connected to me, the people who learn from me in whatever capacity, to kind of, go through.
I think it's subjective. I think the American dream is kind of a subjective kind of like tricky slope, because I think it can mean kind of whatever it is to the individual, right? And I think that's what kind of creates that division and kind of polarization. What we're at is because my American dream is different than my neighbor's American dream, which is different from my mother's American dream. I think that in itself is kind of a tricky one, because it's up to, I think, the individual itself. And what they want to do with their dream, because it's kind of an ideal thing, right? Like the dream, it's not really the now, it's what you would want to see. It's the vision, it's the future. And that can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people.
The American dream for me just means you going after every opportunity that you have in this world. It's creating a better environment. It's creating a better society. It's creating better families, better structures within our economy, so that we can all be better, so we can all have that opportunity. And that doesn't mean we don't have to work for it. That just means that it's not made harder just because we are different and we have a different vision.
Yeah. Ooh. Well, I kind of stopped that. The American dream means nothing to me. Me being awake and having individuals around me that are also awake and challenge me and refine me, I think for me is a dream come true. But the American dream, man, you gotta let go. I would say let go of it. Me myself personally, I've let go of it a long time ago. I can't do it. I don't want to live like everybody else. Things I want out of life. Like I said earlier, in terms of being able to have a family and raise them in the nurture and admonition of the Lord. Right now, that's not happening here. There's a lot of individualism going on and people just more so just being set into their own lanes. I'm not trying to do that. So yeah, the American dream in and of itself really kind of stems from that fear and selfishness type of vision, in my opinion. But yeah, for me, I had to stop dreaming and wake up.